But Bill, can you help me to just go back in history? Was Stavro not the one when Cliff wanted to go after Gretzky? Was Stavro the one who turned it down?
Oh, that's bullshit.
So what was the story? Tell the story, because that's one of these urban myths. So explain what happened.
Well, it was a bait and switch deal. The agent, who shall remain nameless, threw out the bait at $3.5 million, and then, if in fact we had bought into it, we would have been stuck with a $5 million deal, just like St. Louis was and everybody else. So it was a bait and switch, and we didn't take the bait. But Cliff, that was the year at the draft we had to get rid of 4 of our top 6 players because they didn't have the money, and the budget was cut from $35 million to $30 million.
Was Stavro having some financial issues?
No, that was, Steve didn't have a lot of money, and they had the bank to pay off because that was the way it went, and they wanted to make more money, I guess. And as we said after the fact, we should have told them how negatively it would affect the team. Gagne, Gartner, Todd Gill, and one other.
Yeah, but it was a complicated deal, and the press and the innuendo was that the Leafs got a chance to get Gretzky, and Steve Stavro said no. Bullshit. That's bullshit.
Typical journalist.
Steve Stavro just said we don't have it in our budget, and you have to remember that Cliff was very close to Gretzky, and still is, even closer to his agent.
So would Gretzky have come? Like, would he have been okay playing in Toronto?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I would think he would have come. He would have loved it. It would have been big for Wayne. And Wayne Gretzky is a very gifted player. I don't know that we would have had the people to surround him.
Right.
But he was coming as a free agent, don't forget. We didn't have to give anything up for him.
Right.
So it was too much money at the time. And it's my own opinion of the bait and switch. I've watched that happen a number of times in the industry. And once you say, "Oh yeah, we're going after Gretzky," and
was that a Peter Parkington deal?
No.
Oh no. He was coming out of
L.A.
He was finished in L.A. then.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's coming from Los Angeles because McNall went to jail for all the fraud and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, that was after he established hockey in California. But it wasn't that real. It certainly was something that was discussed,
But this is like 20 years later, I'm asking you this question, and you're bringing out the reality of it, but this is, again, a myth, a rumor, an innuendo, whatever.
A newspaper.
It's not a newspaper, it's just a story that has never actually been fully clarified. No one's ever, whether Cliff Fletcher didn't want to come out and say, whether Stavro, who's very shy to begin with, it's almost like Stavro was painted as the cheapskate.
Mr. Stavro was not shy. It's just that he picked and chose when he wanted to speak. But he was not shy. He was not a pontificator, and he did not trust the press. In my view, he never said this to me, but in my view, he never trusted the press to tell the truth.